YouTube Landia. My name is Adomska122, and today we're going to be going back in time to the far-off year of 2014, or rather, if you really want to be picky about it, the year of 2002-ish. 2003? Oh, you know. Today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Generations Armada Starscream. Now, if you're not familiar with Armada Starscream, well, you'll know that fanfiction.net loves him. And Alexis. Here's an image for your morbid curiosity. Creepy. He becomes a neat little jet, red and gray, a familiar color scheme akin to that of a certain meme-centered echidna that no one seems to want to shut the heck up about. Stop it! It's just a Sonic meme. Anyway, back on topic. For articulation of this mode, he's got these flip-out landing gear that don't even roll, but what can you expect from a deluxe class retail Transformer? I mean, you could still fly him around the room if you want. I mean, what's stopping you? He becomes a jet. Yes, that was Hot Rod. I'm not even sorry. And I never was. Deal with it. Anyway, moving on to some size comparisons. Here he is with an older version of himself, as well as a Combaticon, so you can see how he looks with a more modern Jetformer. Anyway, his transformation is as follows. Flip up the landing gear, fold out the arms. That's gonna happen regardless, so best not worry about it. Flip out the hands, fold back the wings, flip down this little panel here, and flip up the head. Pull down the nose cone, pull out the legs, turn them forward, close up the wing stabilizers, fold down his feet, flip out the heel, and return his fight piping swords back where they belong. Now, all in all, it's actually a fairly accurate representation of the Armada Starscream, but it's supposed to be IDW Starscream at the same time because he has this body in the comics currently. Although he probably might have changed it. I more follow the Matumti comics instead of the what goes on Cybertron arcs because those just really are, I find, boring. Lost light all the way, everybody. Sorry, Starscream the First. Now, those things you saw before, those are his accessories. They are a pair of swords made out of fight piping, aka transparent plastic, but because that plastic is so flimsy, this piece broke off here, and that's kind of annoying, but it's whatever. As for the other one, it just has a really loose hinge joint, and it gets really annoying when you're trying to pose it. Now, they fit into his hands quite nicely. A bit too snug, though, because that's why it broke. I was turning it, and then the piece broke off. So, I don't recommend you put these in all the way. It also has Minicon ports if you have any Minicons, but they don't do anything like they did in the original Armada TV show. No Seeker Null Rays, I'm afraid, but he does have these nice friction missiles, which do fire quite nicely. That hit me in the face. Ow. Of course, the second one goes off after. As for articulation on this guy, he's actually pretty good. His head is on a nice ball joint. The plate where his head sits is on this hinge back here, so you get a little more extra up movement. The wings are on ball joints, so you could really position them however you want, except if you want, like, full range of articulation on his arms, you have to have them either all the way back like that, or just like that. Arms can do a full 360, but the wing, again, does get in the way. Biceps are on a swivel. You got slightly over 90 on the elbow. Wrist transformation joint, if that interests you. No waist swivel, just because of the nature of how everything transforms. You get a beautiful spread both ways, but that kind of looks ridiculous. A thigh swivel. Full range of movement on the knee. And ankle pivot. Now, his feet are sculpted at a slant, so he could get a nice A stance out of whatever pose you put him in. And I do very much like my A stance in Transformers because it begins with the first letter of my name. Nepotism at its finest. Anyway, let's get to some robot mode size comparisons now, shall we? Full of Cybertron Starscream, Combiner Wars Blast Off. Now as for my final thoughts on this figure, I think I'm gonna probably give you what I gave my last review. 7 out of 10, but not because it's the certain Starscream it is, not because of the broken sword, but because his color scheme still reminds me of that stupid meme. I mean, come on. Why is it a thing?